So I come up with a work like this, and in return, it's not like I don't get nothing. No, I have to pay with my private life. I lose my so-called personality rights. And you know, this is not exactly my idea of sort of appropriate incentive structures. It's absolutely not, no. It's not like that just economists haven't done their homework. There's some more people involved, like political sciences, philosophers, lawyers. Most of all, if it gets to human rights. Yeah, you know, actually, as an economist, this world is very simple. Explained. There are two possibilities. Either you protect people in their rights, protect their property, protect whatever they create, or otherwise they won't create anything. They will stop creating. They will no longer do constructive work. They will only work to protect themselves against others. By the way, this is why we sort of founded states in the first place. This is why we sort of groups, probably villages, decided, okay, we protect ourselves mutually in our property rights. Yeah, because otherwise we cannot live. No one can. No one. So actually, you don't need my advice as sort of the person who defeats Adam Smith. Actually, I've written this work, my paper, which is sort of behind this documentation, in 2001 and 2002. Sort of 12 years ago now. I ended in January 2003. 12 years ago, yeah. And then I started thinking about how my own profession would sort of react to this paper. Then I began to think about the media. And in 2007, people broke into my apartment repeatedly, secretly. Actually, they had a key. And according to German law, they even had a legal right to have this key. I mean, they had no right to legally use it, but then there was no punishment, no sanction in case they would. I reported this to the police, and the police would not investigate. I returned to the general attorney. They would not let me speak to them. I sent a fax. They pretended to not have gotten this fax. 2 months later. Yeah. Then I sort of checked on the German constitution, and then I decided to leave Germany for good. I still thought I had some human rights, like may leave this perverted pigsty. I obviously do not have any human right here. I'm kept here by violence, by terror, by fear, by whatever. At the same time, I'm cut off from any financial means to survive. And this Germany is incredibly stupid and or perverted, or a combination of two, or something in between. I don't know really. The arrogance of the German state is really unbearable, intolerable, especially against the background of what kind of people get into politics in the first place. I mean, that's really it's a humiliation of the German people. A few years ago, I think 2 or 3, I don't know, I hardly ever read any papers in Germany or watch TV or something like that. I heard the ultimate humiliation. The German state now granted generously the German people the right to back the German state to do something. Well, I mean, how low can a people get, huh? How low? I really wonder. I mean, this is so pathetic. Just to make this quite clear, I don't need permission to back someone for something. Not to mention, a government which in this pretended would be democracy actually is supposed to work in my service. Well, let's face it. And this right, this right, Petitionsrecht, petition Latin, to for the German people to pay back the state to do so. Wow. Okay, enough, huh? Really enough. It's way beyond anything Germans should, could, would endure. Yeah, one more thing. I don't want any pictures of me in any paper, any media whatsoever. I do not want this. I want to keep my private life. I don't want people to stare at me, to recognize me. And furthermore, the use of pictures by the media is, the possibilities of abuse someone are sort of infinite, unlimited. Like, you just put two pictures of two people on one page, sort of shoulder by shoulder, and you have what Germans call a Schulterschluss, a lock of their shoulders. Sort of these people stand for the same thing. And this is how you bring people together, which never ever have met in real life, which maybe never ever would agree on meeting. I mean, these pictures can be used for whatever message you want to. For whatever message you want to. And you don't even need Photoshop for that. And I was also very shocked when it comes to Gaddafi. Okay, to Gaddafi. I remember this event in Rome, some international, I don't know what, where he spoke very much in the favor of stopping feudalism. Sort of the Saudi Arabian state buying half of Africa or something like that. And he spoke against this. And we saw all these really nice pictures of him, sort of pictures which made him sympathetic. And a few months later, when it came to putting him out of his office, we only saw pictures which he was just looking really bad, and really so that people would sort of back away from him on a completely emotional level. Horrible. The power of the media is founded in being able to use such pictures is really horrifying. I find it funny, again and again, in the second chapter of my paper, I sort of start with a scenario of two refugees coming to a place, and sort of play around what are the options, could this evolve, how will this evolve. The point is, this whole chapter evolves from two refugees, meaning sort of not being owners of their own country, and what this leads to. And at this point, I don't even remember what made me get started like this. At this point, I had no clue how close I were to German reality when sort of taking refugees in their own country as sort of starting point, as sort of the object. Really, really amazing. I figure you'll soon be all refugees in your own countries. So watch out. And you think many of you do. You sort of can just live, do your work, get your stuff, and be happy. And this is not true. There's sort of a million of sharks eager to just rip your flesh off your bones. This is what this world is like in the end, especially if it comes to financial markets. And whatever money you make, who tells you that someone else will just take it away from you? And if they did, what then? Will you still be so happy, so proud of being so successful? Or the ultimate loser, having worked your whole life for nothing, for not a thing left to you? Now you better take care of your state.